I have the words, they come to me. Society is this made up thing it's nameless, it's faceless.
What does the term caste mean? Caste can mean a group of actors, a plaster for an injured limb, or even to set something aside. In Nigeria's street vocab, caste means to be exposed, to expose something or someone, especially with a possibility of backlash. However, in my dictionary, caste means liberation, the freedom to be one's true self. Yes, the Perfectly Posed podcast is back, babies, and you're in for a treat because it's cast season over here. Tune in to listen on your preferred platforms, but until then, keep being perfectly you.
Hello, beautiful one. Welcome back to Perfectly Posed podcast. I am your host, Pose herself, and this is the second episode of our new season back. Have you seen the previous episode? If you haven't, please make sure to do so. I'll leave the link here. Please make sure to catch up because you have to see a little bit of that to understand what we're doing this season. So please take out another 20 minutes of your time to catch up. So tell me, how have you been this week? How has your week been? I hope it was really good. I hope even not extremely good. I hope to a very large extent that it was productive. My week was very productive, obviously, because the first episode of the season was live on YouTube. Guys, I cannot even tell you. Let me not even bother. Let me not even complain. Let's just go straight into this one, because if I tell you what I went through, to get that episode up and running like the visual. But well, I've learned. I always learn from my processes. That's how I learn. In fact, that's the best way that I can learn, because now I know the things to avoid in my next videos, and I know things to do beforehand to make sure that I am on time. But yes, my week was chaotic, but it was extremely productive as well. So I would not be grateful for it. I'm extremely grateful. So let me know in the comment section, how was your week? If you want to talk, I'm listening. If you just want to tell me how you are, please go ahead as well. Let me know how your week was and how you are doing. I think today I'm going to be talking about how you can never, ever satisfy society. And you want to know why you cannot satisfy society? It's because society is made up. Society is this made up thing it's nameless, it's faceless. There's no one person that is society. Society is, lots of people put together. You cannot pinpoint one person and say that is society. So how do you please thousands of people that have different opinions about how something should be? The truth is that the set ways, the set rules, the norms are a way to control us, given it is necessary. It was necessary. But the fact is that society does not really like to evolve. It takes years and years, it takes a lot of struggle, it takes a lot of fight for society to get to the point where it evolves. Not to go too far. What am I trying to say? You cannot please society. You can do 99,000 things right in the eyes of society. The one time that you choose yourself, the one time that you go astray of whatever society has dictated should be the way, you are shunned. The one time you decide I'm going to choose myself first, you can be shunned. The one time you decide that I'm going to say no, society will shun you. They would literally forget the 9,999 times that you did right by them. They don't remember. Society has short memory. So all of us together, all of us as individuals, we are one step away from being casted. And that's just the truth. I mean, you could marry the person that society says you should marry, the guy that has a job, the guy that is God-fearing, the guy that, is respectful and all of that. And in that marriage, you don't have a kid. Society will go on at you. And when I mean society, I mean family, I mean friends, I mean siblings, I mean colleagues, I mean church members. You could be the breadwinner of your family. Could provide for them, take them to trips, give them all they want, and then one day you lose your job and you can no longer provide for them and you become their enemy. That is society. You could have a car yesterday and you are the number one person in your friend list. If they want to go somewhere, they want to hang out, they would call you all the time. They would want you to be amongst them. And then something happens tomorrow and you have to sell your car and you no longer have a car, and all of a sudden the invitations stop. That is society. The fact is that you could do all the things that you're supposed to do right and still cast one wrong move, one wrong decision. It's game over. And that's why in the last video I made mention that you cannot live by anyone's template. You have to do you. You have to do what really matters to you. Because the fact is that you can never satisfy society. You can never please the world. You would die pleasing the world. You would die pleasing your parents. You would die pleasing your siblings. You would die pleasing your friends. You would die pleasing your colleague. And even if you don't die, you could probably live an unsatisfied life for as long as you allow it to go on. And that's the truth. It's not fabricated from anywhere, really. This is the fact. During the weekend, when all of these things happened, I had to ask, why is this happening to me, to be quite honest? I looked into myself. Am I expecting? Is it that I'm expectant of too much? Is it that I'm not a nice person? Is it that I'm a terrible person? Is it that I have too much ego, I have too much pride? Like, am I rubbing these people's faces in these things? Like, I had to ask myself a lot of questions. Did I make the wrong move for making these decisions years ago? Did I offend someone by doing what I did when I did it? Because I couldn't understand why I could do everything right. I could try my best, give my all to make everything available for certain people, and I am still the bad guy. I am still the one that will be blamed. But you know what I realized? That it's not about them. It's about me. To be quite honest, it's not about them. It's always about me. It's always about you. So of course, when you get to the point that you realize that you cannot please society, the next thoughts on your mind are, what should I be? Who should I be? What should I do? Who do I want to be in this life? What do I want to be synonymous with? Who am I? These are questions that will begin to come into your mind, will begin to come into your spirit when you decide that enough is enough. I want to be off this wagon. I want to live my true potential. I want to live to my truest potential. I want to operate at my highest vibration. What comes to you is questions. When I talk about being one's true self, living by one's own template and not living by what society says, what I mean by not living by what society says, first of all, is that you shouldn't take a job because you feel like this is the job that people would respect you if you have. You shouldn't make a decision because you're trying to please another person. The minute you make a decision and you're trying to please another person, trust me, the wrong move has already occurred. You might not see it now. If you're fortunate enough, you might not even see it in your lifetime. Another person, another generation, another reincarnation will go through the repercussions of the decisions you have made. So when I say live by your own template, when I say be your own person, here is what I mean. We all are different personalities. We all are different beings. We all have different numbers working for us, different angel numbers working for us. We all have different DNAs, right? We all have different fingerprints. We all have different way our brains work. They always say that there is no two persons that are the same. It is not possible. So when I say live on your own template, what do I mean? It's time to begin to find what works for you. It's time to begin to understand who you are as a person. It's time to begin to relearn your likes, relearn your dislikes, relearn your ambitions. What are some of the things that you wanted to be when you were younger? What are some of the things that you aspired to be before the society started clouding your judgment? Before you had so many voices in your head, and voices could be in forms of human, it could be in forms of circumstances, it could be in forms of situations that have happened to you over the years that has shaped you to be who you are. So when I say voices, I don't just mean that it's always individuals. It could also be situations that you had no control over, circumstances that you had no control over. You made the decision at that point. Yes, it might have been right for that point, even though it is wrong for who you are supposed to be. But the truth is that it's never too late for you to turn back the hand of time. It is never too late for you to say, oh, I want to start living by my own template. So what is my own template? Again, I'll go back to that. Doing what is right for you. Doing what your spirit wants you to do. You don't need to be a Christian. You don't need to be a Muslim. Or, you don't need to be in one form of spirituality to know what is right for you. Every one of us as we are, we know what is right for us. We know when we are doing the right thing for ourselves or when we are doing the wrong things for ourselves. For me, when I'm making a situation, there's this feeling that I feel in my tummy. If it's wrong for me, my stomach would ache. My tummy would keep aching until I make the right decision. And for some people, it could be headache. For some people, it could be unsettling feeling, like you just know that you are feeling shocked in a space you're not supposed to feel shocked. There's different ways that our body tells us that this thing we're about to do, this challenge we're about to enter, this nonsensical attitude that we're about to give, this choice that we're about to make, this decision that we are getting into with another person, our body always tells us that it's wrong. You just have to listen. To be quite honest, you cannot find the template outside. No one can write a book and give it to you. In fact, anybody that says this is the template does not know what they are saying, because the person does not know you. So you cannot follow one person's way, like one spiritualist, one thing. No. Ask yourself. The answers to it is inside of yourself. The process to learning, the process to unveiling, the process to discovering starts with one question. You have to start asking yourself questions. I'm tired of this. The minute you said, I am tired of this life, I am tired of this situation, I want out. Start asking questions. What do I do? What belongs to me? Who is for me? That's the minute it starts. That's the minute it starts. You want to find your own template. Ask yourself these questions. What do I like to do? Who do I think I am? Where do I want to be? Who do I want to be remembered as? Is this job that I'm doing because I truly want to do it? Is this house that I'm living in truly because I want to live in? Is this degree that I am learning, this course that I am taking, this schooling that I am schooling, is it because I truly want to go to school? Is it because it is truly what is for me? This baggage, this lifestyle that I have decided to live, is it because it is what that I want? Is this really what I want? Or this is, just what I think people should see, how people should perceive me? You need to start asking yourself this hard question. And let me let you know one thing. You cannot ask these questions if you're not ready to get the answers. You don't ask these questions and think you're going to run back and say, oh, no. Because the fact is that the minute you start asking this question, God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, He will give you the answers. And you cannot say, oh, no, this is too much, because the truth is that I would always say, the best way for you, the aligned way for you, is not really the road taken by a lot of people. No other person can follow your path the same way you cannot follow another person's path. And it's not really easy. It's not pleasant. It's not full of roses, jasmines and flowers. No, it can be hard. There are going to be good days, there are going to be bad days. But the truth is that in your good day, you're living the best life. In your bad day, you're also living the best life. The minute you clock into who you truly want to be, the minute you start living the true life, the true version of yourself, your bad days would also make you happy. Your happy days would also make you happy. I know that sounds conflicting, right? That sounds confusing. I understand. But that is how I see it. Because I have been able to get to the point that when something is happening in my life, I stop right in the middle of it and say, okay, speak to me. What am I supposed to learn from this? What am I not seeing? Why is it reoccurring? The minute you are able to clock into who you are, your processes, how your body functions, what your body wants at certain times, what serves for you, what source, what power out there you tap into, the minute you are able to learn that, the answers to those questions would come. The minute you're able to ask these questions, the answers would come. The decisions that you need to make would come. But again, when you get the answers, are you ready to work on the decisions? Are you ready to take steps? Are you ready to do what you are supposed to do when the answers come? Because they're going to be difficult. If you're living life, if you are going through what you're supposed to go, if you are doing what you're supposed to do, life will tough. Like when I mean life will tough, it just wouldn't seem tough for you. But another person viewing your life was like, how are you doing it? This looks like it's very difficult for you. What people may see as difficulty will become easy for you. No one who is living who they are supposed to really live, who is doing the things that they're supposed to really do, has it smooth all the time. No one. All those celebrities that we see and idolize, all those pastors that you see and idolize, all those philanthropies, all those people that we see and we idolize, your YouTube celebrities, your Instagram celebrities, your influencers, true things. So, some of them are just knowledgeable about who they are enough that they're able to deal with it with ease. So when you see their life, it feels like everything is working. But the fact is that if you are living in your truest potential, challenges would come. It's as simple as that. But the best way you can live, the best way that you can overcome it is by living as you are supposed to live. The answers I cannot give to you. No one can see your future and give you all the answers, because the truth is that sometimes the answers are found, or not even sometimes, most times, the answers are found while living through that situation. And that's just life. So you want to know your templates, begin to ask yourself questions. That's how you begin to form your template. You begin to notice, take records of things happening in your own body, understand the feelings you feel at certain times, so that you will know when your body is saying no and you know when your body is saying yes. It's not easy. This is not for the faint-hearted. This is not for people who just want to glide through life without any problems. Because to be quite honest, this will cause problems. This will cause problems for you, because you would fight with yourself to truly accept the answers you're going to find. It's going to cause grief for you and probably some of your families. It's going to cause grief between you and maybe your parents. It's going to cause grief between you and your colleague, between you and your husband, between you and your wife. It's going to cause grief between you and society. People might even see you and point. But when you decide to work in your own template, you have unlocked the first key to being happy. Because we always say that happiness does not come from the outside. It comes from the inside. Because if we think our happiness comes from the outside, we will keep chasing and chasing and chasing things that are already on our inside. Confusing. Difficult. I know. I always say it every time when I learn something new about myself or decode some sort of signals that I have not understood for a long time. I always wonder to myself, will I ever complete the course? Like, will I ever truly even know who I am? Will I ever truly just pass and be able to say, oh no, I'm always living for myself, I'm not living for anybody? But the truth is that no, we are not ever going to get to that point. Don't get me wrong. When I say that you should begin to live on your template, you should begin to do things for yourself, I don't mean that it's going to be like this all the time. It's going to be up and down. Some days you're going to be living true to yourself, what you're supposed to do in this life. And some days you're going to be living below standards of what you're going to be, how you're supposed to be living in this life. But all of that are put together as your life. That is life for you. That will be your own template. That will be your own way of handling things. Even as I say, you should ask all of these questions, I'm not going to sit down here and lie to you and tell you that I have it all figured out and I know how my template works. To be quite honest, I am in the process. I'm learning, and I don't know if it's a journey that has an end. I think I'm coming to a point where I realize that understanding my template and understanding who I am is ever changing. my template for 2022 could be a whole different template for 2023. Because the truth is that we cannot foresee all that life would give to us. We do not know what tomorrow may bring. We do not know what next year would be. So I cannot tell you that I have one process, I have one defined way of learning your template. All I can say is that ask yourself those questions. Check in your gut feelings if you are doing life the way you truly want to do it. That is really the best thing that I can say. I don't have this idea, I don't have this booklet, I don't have anything to use and say this is how it's supposed to be. But I do know that when you declare to yourself that I am ready to live at my highest vibration, I am ready to be who I'm supposed to be, no matter the sacrifices that I have to make, no matter who may have to leave my life, no matter who may have to enter my life. I know that the minute that you make such a declaration and you stand by it, you ask the universe, you ask God, you ask the source, who am I? Who am I supposed to be? I don't like where I'm at right now. Show me the way. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. Lead me. I know that you're going to get answers to the questions. I know that is the first step. I do not know how it's always going to be. I do not know how you're going to define it, but I do know that that is the first step. And that is what this season is going to be about for me. It's about understanding who I am, about understanding my template. I didn't just randomly give you 10 interesting facts about me. I was trying to show you facets of my life, different phases that I take at different times, different jobs that I do. All of these things are part of me also trying to understand what I've been put on earth to do. So ask those questions. Pull out your needs, not your wants, not the things that you think you lack and then you have to have in order to feel some sort of ways, but the things that are truly yours, are truly aligned to who you are. Again, I would say that I don't have one written template about how to find your own template, because then it wouldn't even make sense, right? Only you can sort out your questions. Only you can sort out your own template. Only you can say this is what works for me because it is your life and there is no other person living your life. No other person can understand what you're talking about. No other person can understand where you're coming from because only you is living your life. Only you is hearing that message that the universe or God has for you. Only you can see the things, like He will give you this picture for you. So yes, you start by asking questions. You want to begin to learn who you are. You want to begin to live in your own template. You want to begin to create it. Start by asking questions. And I promise you that genuinely, the answers would come to you. They may not come to you as, dear beloved daughter. No, they will come to you in different ways. They will come to you in acts. They will come to you in what people say. They will come to you in what flashes on your TV. They will come to you in what pops up on your phone. The universe, God, will just begin to direct answers to you because you are seeking knowledge. And God is always happy when you're seeking knowledge. God is always happy when you want to know more, especially when you want to know more, to know who you are and actually live an aligned life, not someone else's definition of what your life should be. So I wouldn't go too far. I didn't want this video to be very long. I wanted it to be very brief. So this weekend, what I want you to do is ask yourself the questions. Do things that your body feels good doing at that time. If your body feels like sleeping at that time, sleep. If you feel like reading a book, read. If you feel like walking, walk. If you feel like watching a TV, watch. Just ask questions and then release your mind. Allow your mind to be open. Allow your brain to be open. Let go of what you expect. Don't expect anything. Just ask. Speak it out loud. Sound cold. It would come to you. I will stop here for today. I'm afraid of beginning to sound like a preacher, but I will stop here for today. I'm super excited to be able to have this chat with you, and I would love for you to follow me on my social media platforms. Instagram, it is @posa_herself, and I think that's where I'm most active, so keep following me there. I have one information. The last time, do you remember that we had a playlist? So of course there is a playlist in the works, and I'll be announcing the date of release, or when I have it uploaded, I'll be announcing it on my Instagram page. So please follow me on Instagram so you can be up to date. And I promise that this playlist is going to be banger. So please follow me on my social handles. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. If you have watched to this point, it means that something has kept you seated. It means something has kept you captivated. So please hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Remember, I told you to tell me how you're feeling. Tell me how your week was. Please leave that in the comments. And if you feel like you have anything to add to what I have said, if you have any comment about it, please leave that as well. Please like, please share, please share. Let other people get the opportunities to hear as well. The message might not be for you. Today's message might not be for you, but it could be for the next person. It could be for one person on your timeline. So please share so that if there's someone out there who is struggling with if he or she are living their true life, they can hear this and maybe they can do something. Maybe they can get inspiration of what to do. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today. I'm looking forward to sitting down here again, looking forward to episode 3. But until I talk to you again next week, Thursday, same time, 7 p.m. Keep being perfectly you.